Why is Ilorin a Muslim? Why does Ilorin have emir? If you Yoruba Muslims are so innocent, if Yoruba Muslims are so innocent, how did the Yoruba people lose Ilorin to Islam, to the Islamists? Why is there an emir? Okay, it is long ago. Oh yeah, give us Ilorin back. If it is long ago, remove your emir from Ilorin. Why is the emir still in Ilorin? Don't you know that Ilorin is Yoruba land? Why is your emir still there? Can you remove your emir from Ilorin, please? After you Southwest 2 times, you try to exterminate us. We defeated you in battle. You are not using our victory against you that subdued you. You Yoruba traitors that went with Afonja and the Muslims. Do you want me to tell you your stories, Yoruba Muslims? Do you want to know your story? That you are the ones that went with fought behind Afonja with the Muslims to try and destroy Yoruba land on behalf of Islam and Northerners that you all gather here today. All Muslims will gather around and be saying, we want to remove ourselves from Northern, and when you are the people that brought Islam into our lives, try to steal everything we have for the Northerners, you Yoruba Muslims. Why are Yoruba Muslims not like the Northern Muslims? Because you kicked your ass.
Unfortunate that the apex body of the Muslim community in Nigeria, headed by the Sultan of Sokoto, who is supposed to be the Seriki Muslimi, or the leader of Muslims in Nigeria and even in Niger, can issue such a statement at this time, at a time that we are supposed to be having a national reflection, particularly amongst the Muslim community, as to how come it is our demography, our own divide, our own side of the divide, that has produced the twin problem that Nigeria is battling hard to contain, which is Boko Haram on one hand and banditry on the other hand. It is not a time to be hypocritical, to be insincere. This is not the time to play the ostrich. If anything at all is going to threaten the national unity of Nigeria, it is not Trump's statement. It is this very statement that has been issued by the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. It's mark of complicity on their part. And if I must say, on the part of those of us that are Muslims, when you issue a statement that is so insensitive to the plight of our Christian brethren, it is unfortunate. I did not imagine that this can come out of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. I've heard Shegumi and some other people making statements. It wasn't something I was bothered about, because I felt that they don't represent the organized, the collective body that represents Muslims in Nigeria. But when this statement came out of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, I was not only embarrassed as a Muslim, I was ashamed of myself. I felt that we have taken a logic, we have taken echo chamber rhetorics to the height of it, to the highest level of ridicule. And this is nothing but an image battering statement for the Muslim community in Nigeria.
Welcome to another wonderful one, ladies and gentlemen, as this matter at hand is still unfolding more, which is the matter of Christian tying in this country, and Trump's statement where he has threatened the government to do the right thing now to stop the tying, or else he will come down himself and clear all the terrorists that is responsible for Christian tying in this country. And since then, more shocking revelations has been coming out from both the leaders, cleric, or should I say clergymen, and most of these people who are talking are Muslim leaders, and unknowingly to them, they are coming out to accept what Trump is saying, or even lay more clarifications on what Trump has been saying. And of course, you know that if it were before, they will say that nothing like this is happening. But of course, what is happening is very voluminous and conspicuous to everyone's side. So there is no how you can deny what is happening or what Trump said that is going on. And he never finished. Seun has also come out to say blast Yoruba Muslim, drop another shocking bombshell to what has happened before concerning this Muslim issue in this country. In fact, no be smart, but of course, I am going to allow you to listen to what Seun and the guests here have to say concerning the matter. But as you are listening, make sure you are sharing your thought with me on the comment section. Share the video and also subscribe for more updates.
Comment threatens national unity. NSCIA warns, demands retraction. They want Trump to retract his comments. That's the Nigerian Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. And there's a picture there of, I think this should be Professor Isaac Oloyede, if I'm not mistaken. I think, yeah, he should be the one. So what are your thoughts on that, Dr. Dahiru?
I think that statement from the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs is not only irresponsible, it is callous, it is insensitive, lacking in empathy and common sense of logical reasoning. And it's so unfortunate that the apex body of the Muslim community in Nigeria, headed by the Sultan of Sokoto, who is supposed to be the Seriki Muslimi or the leader of Muslims in Nigeria and even in Niger, can issue such a statement at this time, at a time that we are supposed to be having a national reflection, particularly amongst the Muslim community, as to how come it is our demography, our own divide, our own side of the divide, that has produced the twin problem that Nigeria is battling hard to contain, which is Boko Haram on one hand and banditry on the other hand. This is not the time to be hypocritical, to be insincere. This is not the time to play the ostrich. If anything at all is going to threaten the national unity of Nigeria, it is not Trump's statement. It is this very statement that has been issued by the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. It's mark of complicity on their part. And if I must say, on the part of those of us that are Muslims, when you issue a statement that is so insensitive to the plight of our Christian brethren, it is unfortunate. I did not imagine that this can come out of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. I've heard Sheikh Gumi and some other people making statements. It wasn't something I was bothered about, because I felt that they don't represent the organized, the collective body that represents Muslims in Nigeria. But when this statement came out of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, I was not only embarrassed as a Muslim, I was ashamed of myself. I felt that we have taken a logic, we have taken echo chamber rhetorics to the height of it, to the highest level of ridicule. And this is nothing but an image battering statement for the Muslim community in Nigeria. Trump again did not say he was coming to fight Muslims on behalf of Christians. He said he was coming to fight terrorists that are killing Christians. Why is the Muslim community in Nigeria up in arms against such a proposition? Are we the ones killing Christians? Are we supporting the terrorists to kill Christians? Can Muslims actually endure crusader Christian groups rising up to kill Muslims in targeted manner? Is it possible for Muslims to sit down and accept it? Kofi, let me give you a good example. In this same country, recently, 16 northern Muslim hunters were hunted down in Urumi because their identity was mistaken to be bandits, right? The entire Muslim North was up in arms against the Edo State government and its people. It took Okpebolo, the governor of Edo, to go and practically kneel down to appease both the family, the state government, and other critical stakeholders in the North for the killing of 16 people. The North took a special exception to it. I didn't hear the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs making this statement to say, no, it's part of the ongoing crisis in the country that consumed these 16 people. No. It was a special case. It was a specially mentioned case because those who killed them are of different demography. They are Southerners and they are Christians. I also remember vividly when the woman Fatima was killed in Anambra by IPOB elements along with her 4 children. The Anambra State government had to go the extra mile to appease both the family, the other community in Anambra State, and the entire country by showing the seriousness with which the government takes that killing. Even when IPOB elements were killing hundreds, if not thousands of Igbo people in Anambra State. You recall, Kofi, a year or 2 ago, there was an attack on a northern dominated market in Ibadan, if you recall. When that attack happened in Ibadan, and most of the casualties were northerners, a delegation of northerners came to Oyo State to ask questions why northern governors of predominantly Muslim states, whose people were targeted, came to Ibadan to ask questions. The governors of the southwest, led by then Akeredolu late now, had to take the initiative to rein in their people, made arrests just to pacify the North. It happened in this country.
All right. Okay.
So when Christians now complain that jihadi groups that are Muslim in outlook, bandits or killer herdsmen that are Muslim in outlook, are killing them, and the numbers are rising to genocidal proportion, a group like Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs should be more concerned about the fact that people within their demography have gone this level of rogue to the point that Nigeria is battling insecurity that emanates from your own demography. Boko Haram members are Muslims. Bandits are Muslims. That should be a concern to the Sultan of Sokoto, who should be at this point be at the forefront of carrying out the necessary reforms that will roll back radicalization and indoctrination that has led to jihadism in Nigeria. But displaying the ostrich, I am so disappointed in him as a Muslim. I'm so disappointed. And I want to call on the government. Enough of this politics. President Tinubu should sit up and stop playing politics with the lives of Nigerians.
Okay.
By this morning, I should have expected that they should have called in the officials of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs for questioning by security agencies. And that should include the Sultan himself. The federal government cannot be making consolatory statements towards the international community. And they are here making provocative statements, asking Trump to retract his statement. How do you reconcile that? They need to be reined in. They need to be cautioned. And I think the Sultan should be giving stern warning never to make such a statement again on national security. If he doesn't have anything to say, let him keep his mouth shut through his Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs. This nonsense must not continue.
Right,
it must stop. Right. Enough is enough.
All right, Dr.
Because this is very provocative. How do you explain that such a statement can come out at such a time? Look, I've said it severally. When a Boko Haram Muslim group kills 1 million Muslims, it does not generate the same concern as when it kills 1 Christian. Because genocide has to do with targeted killings on the basis of creed, race, ethnicity, and all other factors that are peculiar to the humanity of the victim.
All right, Dr.
And so genocide in this instance can be raised when the numbers are rising, especially when a group has been attacked by a group that is of different ethnicity and religion from them.
All right,
so it's unfortunate.
All right, so the council, the Sharia Council have asked the president to review the appointment of Professor Joash Amopiton in relation to a legal opinion he offered as part of a study which we covered, we discussed on Friday, wherein he described the insecurity in the northern part of the country based on the reports and the numbers put out by internationally recognized agencies. He described it as of genocidal proportions. So they're saying that he's not balanced, religiously, and that probably the president needs to reconsider his appointment, probably replacing. I don't know if you've heard that stuff.
First and foremost, I do not know why we have a group called Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria. I don't know why that group exists. That group should be disbanded. And the statements that are part of that group has been irrational, provocative, as if somebody wants to plunge Nigeria into a sectarian warfare. A group that calls itself Supreme Council for Sharia in Nigeria. When people make such statements, they will turn around and blame others for Islamophobia. These are the same groups taking Islamophobia. When Muslims like us are trying to reflect the beauty of Islam, the peace that Islam is, the humanity that is at the core of Islam, through our words, our writings, and our conduct, groups like this will come out and make no sense of our efforts. They will come out gun blazing, attacking people of other faiths, making reckless statements. I mean, so such a group in the first place should have nothing like National Council for Sharia in Nigeria, because I believe it's a government-backed group. Somebody is entering salaries from the collective patrimony of Nigeria under that aegis, and all they do is to use such provocative statements. So I'm starting my comment today on this matter on the fact that group should be scrapped. They should scrap that group. Then secondly, again, like I said of the Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs, this group, this particular, whoever made statements from this group should have been arrested by DSS by now. President Tinubu, wake up before this will cause anarchy and chaos in this country. Wake up. Wake up from your slumber. Wake up from your politically induced slumber. Before this will cause chaos in this country. Before they cause a real sectarian war in this country. This is another of such irresponsible statements.
No,
Professor Abiputon is a scholar. He's a scholar. That is the findings of a thorough work of scholarship. And it can never be faulted. Never.
Okay. All right.
In 2018, let me remind this group, over 300 Christian monarchs were killed in Plateau. More would have been killed, but for that imam who saved over 200 in his mosque, right? A group called Miyeti Allah. Miyeti Allah. Underline that word. Miyeti Allah. A Fulani Muslim cultural group took responsibility for that killing. The leadership of the group made a statement to the Nation newspaper, which other media houses actually copied and pasted. But when the government of the day that was clearly sympathetic to them, the Buhari government, when they realized the gravity of making such a bit that took responsibility, they pressured media houses to drop the story. But Nation stood by his own story and said, I spoke to their leader and he said, we are responsible for the massacre. In the killing of 300 people in one instance, is that not a genocidal level of killing?
Okay. All right.
Can the Christian group in this country, self-proclaimed Crusader group, pick up arms and kill, even 10 Muslims without the same groups coming out, gun blazing?
We have to.
Why is Ilorin a Muslim? Why does Ilorin have emir? If you Yoruba Muslims are so innocent, if Yoruba Muslims are so innocent, how did the Yoruba people lose Ilorin to Islam, to the Islamists? Why is there an emir? Okay, it is long ago. Oh yeah, give us Ilorin back. If it is long ago, remove your emir from Ilorin. Why is the emir still in Ilorin? Don't you know that Ilorin is Yoruba land? Why is your emir still there? Can you remove your emir from Ilorin, please? After you southwest 2 times, you try to exterminate us. We defeated you in battle. You are not using our victory against you that subdued you. You Yoruba traitors that went with Afonja and the Muslims. Do you want me to tell you your stories, Yoruba Muslims? Do you want to know your story? That you are the ones that went with fought behind Afonja with the Muslims to try and destroy Yoruba land on behalf of Islam and Northerners that you all gather here today. Or Muslims who gather around and be saying, we want to remove ourselves from Northern. And when you are the people that brought Islam into our lives, try to steal everything we have for the Northerners, you Yoruba Muslims. Why are Yoruba Muslims not like the Northern Muslims? Because you kicked your ass. We beat the living daylight out of you. We beat you very well. That till today, early demumo, early misbehave. We beat you very well. That's why Yoruba Muslims cannot misbehave. They understand what it means to try and fear. That's why you don't do anything. Don't act like you are better than the Northern Muslims. They're not better. You just don't have the clout. You don't have the power. You don't have the numbers to play that your game here. So Yoruba Muslims, be quiet while I'm talking to your Northern brothers. You are the same as them. Go to Ilorin and see the way you behave there. Go to Ilorin, they cut his back, but they just cut you straight. Say because you have Afro. Why will you have Afro? Islam is a problem. You have to address it. Anyway, let me read from the Quran. So not from the Quran, but translations. Let me read translations from the Quran. About what this God thinks of us. The unbelievers, the infidels, the kafirs. I mean, how can these people say you are when you have this kind of words to describe people that don't agree with you? Infidel. That one too is not in the Quran. There's a politics, there's a game here. We the people are trapped in the middle. Arabic imperialists, European imperialists, everybody siphoning, stealing, drawing Africa, using African people as the scapegoat. It is the same whether or not you forewarn them, the unbelievers. They will have no faith. Quran 2 chapter 6. God will mock them, God will mock them and keep them long in sin, blundering blindly along. 2:15. A fire whose fuel is men and stones awaits them. Quran 2:24. They will be rewarded with disgrace in this world and with grievous punishment on the day of resurrection. Quran 285. God's curse be upon the infidels. Quran 289. They have incurred God's most inexorable wrath, and ignominious punishment awaits them. Quran 290. God is the enemy of the unbelievers. Quran 298. The unbelievers among the people of the book, Christian and Jews that is, and the pagans, we resent that any blessing should have been sent down to you from your Lord. Quran 2:105. They shall be held up to shame in this world and sternly punished in the hereafter. Quran 2:114. Those to whom we have given the book and who read it as it ought to be read truly believe in it. Those that deny it shall assuredly be lost. Quran 2:122. We shall let them live a while. See, this is tolerance. This is the tolerance they talk about. Listen to it. We shall let them live a while, and then shall drag them to the scourge of the fire. That's why they burn people. Evil shall be their fate. Now before I continue, let me even continue. Let me keep giving you gems upon gems. People keep saying, how beautifully these holy books are written. I read them. I've read the Bible. There's nothing beautiful about what's in the Bible. Full of genocide, lies, manipulation, ego. You understand? This is what is in there. Let's continue. Fighting is obligatory for you, much as you dislike it, but you may hate a thing although it is good for you, and love a thing although it is bad for you. God knows, but you know not. Quran 2:16. They will not cease to fight against you until they force you to renounce your faith, if they are able. But whoever of you recants and dies an unbeliever, his work shall come to nothing in this world and in the world to come. Such men shall be the tenants of hell, wherein they shall abide forever. Those that have embraced the faith and those that have fled their land and fought for the cause of God may hope for God's mercy. 2:17-18. God does not guide the evildoers. God does not guide the unbelievers. The evildoers, we have none to help them. God guidance. So when you fight everywhere, fight, yet you are religion of peace. As I said, the only way there can be peace where the religious Islamists and even the Christians are is if everybody believe in their faith. If you think I am lying, go and be an Ifa worshipper in a company where the MD goes to Redeem Church. Go and look at a company where the MD is in Redeem. All the people there that will be doing well will be in Redeem Church. It is the same. It is just that the political clout that gave the Christians the power to bomb people just like these Muslims has been removed. You just don't have the political clout, not because you don't want to do it. How many women go to market in this Lagos just because they wear miniskirts in Lagos? Miniskirts in 2020, they will beat them up in the market. Why are they beating them? Religious morality.
To the point now. Share your thought with me on the comment section, and of course, you know the vibe. Click on that subscribe button, follow and share for more updates, because like this, we move.